have a naughty antler and a nice antler.
Just see those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting-a-ting-a-ling. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside, snow is falling and friends are calling you.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Vlogmas Day 16, and I'm finally dressed somewhat festive with my little reindeer antlers here that are currently falling apart because my child already destroyed them. I got them from Chloe in our second Saturday at the bar live Santa holiday unboxing, but they're super cute, so I figured I'd wear them. And I'm also wearing this Dancing Penguins ugly Christmas sweater, which is one of the few ugly Christmas sweaters I own, but I figured for this video I should probably wear it because we're going to talk about things that are naughty and nice, and this is a collab video organized by my friend Kay, Passports and Pizza Pies, here on YouTube. I will have her channel linked down below as well as everybody else's channel who participates in this little collab video, and we're going to talk about 5 brands that are on my naughty list because I no longer want to pick them up for the most part, and 5 brands that are on my nice list that I absolutely love to pick up and resell. Now, little disclaimer, I know with clothing reselling, a lot of us look for brand first, but just like everybody else, I also, of course, always take different factors into consideration, such as style, condition, price, etc., size even. And so even though these brands that I'm talking about today have a tendency to either do really well for me or not do so well for me, there are always exceptions to that. There are always good pieces you can find. So if you're a new reseller, just please take this list and anyone else's list and any BOLO list you see out there with a grain of salt, because there are always exceptions and nobody has the ultimate list of what is best to resell. So without further ado, let's get to it. We're going to start with the naughty brands because I know you guys are all here for the tea. So let's get going. Number one, actually, they're in no particular order, so I'm just going to go through it. So 5 brands that have been consistently naughty to me. And one more thing that I want to say is, especially with these naughty brands, but also with the nice brands, I'm basing this off of brands that I regularly find. I'm not putting a whole bunch of BOLO brands that I've never found on my nice list because I have no experience selling them. So this is based on brands that I find a lot, that I have picked up a lot, and in the case of the nice brands, have sold a lot, and the naughty brands have not sold so well. Either they didn't sell or they've been sitting forever and then sold for a very small amount. So just to give you some context how I chose those brands on these 2 lists. One of my 5 naughty brands, again in no particular order, is Anthropology.
Oh hell no!
We're just coming in hot with that. I think most resellers who have done this for a while would agree that Anthropology, generally speaking, does not do as well anymore. I have a lot of shirts and dresses and such by Anthropology. Some pieces sell really fast for a really good amount. Again, style, which sub-brand, etc., which size, that all comes into play. Is it new with tax, etc., etc. But most pieces, especially shirts and tops, they just don't do as well. And I know there are certain brands within Anthropology that are sold there that people say do better than others. So far, most of them don't do well for me. Again, always exceptions. Collabs generally still do well. Designer collabs with Anthropology or just very limited edition items. But for the most part, I'll stay away from Anthropology, or I really have to love the style and it has to be a really, really good price. Would I still pick it up at the bins? Probably yes, unless it's trashed and hideous. Second brand on my list, again, no particular order. This brand, again, one of those brands that when I first started out, people were saying it's a BOLO, it retails so high, it sells so well. It does not. It's Lafayette 148.
Oh,
if you've been here for a minute on my channel, you've heard me talk and trash talk about this brand a lot because I was so excited first few times I found it. Then I realized nobody wants it, and if they do, it's for like 20 bucks, which, don't get me wrong, it still makes me a profit. Usually I would just never pay up for it. I don't even really pick it up at the thrift store anymore. I might pick it up from the bins, send it to the Real, but even they sell it for 15-20 bucks and then you get 6 paid out, and it's not great. What's also not great is this one here. I have a naughty antler and a nice antler. Anyway, Lafayette 148. The Real still takes it, surprisingly, so whenever I find it, like I said, at the bins, I might pick it up and send it to the Real, but for the most part, staying away from it. Next brand on my naughty list is Lucky brand.
Oh hell no!
Which is ironic that they're on the naughty list. it's because they're not lucky. I mean, I will still pick up the men's jeans. I will still try certain women's jean styles if they are affordable enough. But even at the bins, I usually just toss them right back because I just cannot move Lucky brand. And when it does move, it moves for a very low amount. And I think it's oversaturated. I mean, it's sold at Walmart at this point, you know? So there's that. Lucky brand, another brand that I was very excited to find when I first started out. I picked it up all the time, probably paid more than I should have a lot of times, and it's just, it doesn't do well and it doesn't sell for a lot. Again, there are exceptions. I had some pieces that I got in a Thread box, for example, that did really well, sold fast and for a good amount. But for the most part, Lucky brand is just not worth my time or energy. Next up, we got Free People.
Oh, hell no!
Same family as Anthropology. Coincidence? I think not. Again, Free People has lots and lots of pieces that will go for a lot of money. The shoes apparently do well. I've never found those. And any of their more substantial pieces, really intricate boho dresses, cardigans, sweaters, etc., that stuff still does well. But just like the little shirts and tops and Free People movement, forget about it, doesn't sell at all. The intimates, it's very oversaturated. Everybody got some liquidation box at some point. So I think that's partially the problem with Free People, that it just doesn't go for as much anymore. Again, if you find a recent piece or if you find pieces in larger styles, so size large and up, those tend to still do okay and sell faster. Not necessarily for a ton, but for a little bit more than the smaller sizes, even though the smaller sizes with Free People can fit larger sizes. I don't know. But Free People, I still pick it up, I will say, even though it's on my naughty list, and a lot of times I regret it. But sometimes it surprises me. It's a bit of a crapshoot, not gonna lie. The jeans don't do well for me at all. So I'm very, very careful with the ones I'm picking up. But yeah, Free People, unfortunately, at this point has been pretty disappointing for me. Now, when I look at my data and my numbers, it will tell me that I've sold a ton of Free People and a ton of Anthropology, but that's because every time I found it, I would pick it up and list it. When I look closer at the prices it sold for, how long it sat, it's a different picture. And then the last brand on my list is Fabletics.
Oh, hell
And
no.
Fabletics is a brand I have a hard time resisting. I don't know why. Probably because I think it's worth more than what it actually is. And the tricky thing with Fabletics is, even though they have all these specials and everything on their website looks affordable and cheap, you have to factor in that you have to have a membership to get those prices, so you're paying for that, etc., etc. So the retail price of their items is not necessarily that low. But I find Fabletics all the time, and usually the care tag and size tag is cut out. So like Kay would say, I will not pick it up anymore unless it has the tag in it, and you know, unless it's really cute and a good style and a larger size, ideally. That can still do well, but I'm very picky with Fabletics. You would not believe the amount of Fabletics I leave behind at this point, when I was so excited to find it initially when I first started reselling. So Fabletics, yeah, it's definitely on my naughty list. We're not good friends anymore. Again, there are exceptions. I sold Fabletics without any tag whatsoever, didn't even have the little logo on it, got it in a Thread box, looked it up, found the style, estimated the size, and I sold that really fast on Poshmark and 5-star rating, all good. But those are the exceptions. And again, it doesn't move for much. I sell Fabletics in the $15 to $20 range, so it's okay, it's bread and butter, but it sits and sits and sits for me. So I have to be very, very picky with the Fabletics pieces that I pick up. All right, let's talk about the nice pieces or nice brands. And again, I'm choosing brands that I find a lot, that are easily accessible to me, and that I've sold a lot. And I have to be quick because my SD card is about to be full. Actually, let me delete some stuff and come back. Okay, the angle may have changed slightly because we deleted some stuff off of our SD card. And by we, I mean me. So let's talk about the nice list and brands I find fairly frequently, love to pick up, usually pick up if it's the right price, you know, again, good condition, that sort of thing. My number one brand, you probably know this if you've been here for a minute, it's Torrid.
Yeah.
I love selling Torrid. I have had good luck with Torrid, and it's by far my most sold brand in my closet and stores. I will say I came into a whole bunch of free Torrid pieces once upon a time when I got donations from next door to resell, and that kind of really kicked that off too. But every time I find it, if it's priced decently, I will usually pick it up if the condition is good. Now, my thrift stores have all caught on and are marking up Torrid, which is a little bit annoying. So is this antler. Hang in there. Hang in there, boo-boo. So I have a hard time finding Torrid for a good price at this point. I find it occasionally at the bins, not always in great condition. But yeah, I will not pick it up if it's marked up too high. I mean, we're talking like $7 for a blouse that's gonna sell for 20 to 22. Because Torrid is very much bread and butter. It doesn't sell for super high with the exception of some pieces, but it's reliable. And it always sells for me unless it's a really small size, small for Torrid, meaning like a 00. So yeah, I've had good luck with the brand. And a lot of times I find something cute that's my size. So there's always the idea that if it doesn't sell, I'll just keep it for myself. So Torrid, love her. Another brand I really like to sell and that does really well for me and a lot of people I feel like don't pick up anymore is Athleta. Oh, yeah. Old label, newer label. Doesn't matter as long as there's a size, it's a decent style, it's in good condition. Athleta will always sell for me. It doesn't always sell super fast, I will say that, but it always sells in that probably $18 to $28 range. So still very bread and butter depending on the pieces. I've sold some snow pants by Athleta for like $50 before, or 60 even. That was pretty nice. And so Athleta is definitely one of my top 5 brands that sell the best for me, but also again, because I do pick it up a lot. Next up, we got Cassie. Cassie specifically for bras. And Cassie is Lane Bryant's Intimates line, and I really love selling Cassie bras in plus sizes. They do really well. They usually move fast. They're also really easy to store. That's another really nice thing. They don't take up a lot of space, and they're easy to ship as well, easy to photograph. You don't have to measure anything. So as long as they're in good condition, I will usually pick up Cassie bras. And again, as long as the price is right, I tend to not pay more than $4 for them, preferably less, because I can find them quite a bit around here. My honey hole usually has a whole bunch, you know, whenever I go, and yeah, a little bit of time passes and somebody has donated them again. So I really like selling Cassie bras. The sleep shirts, not so much. They also have like more like lingerie type items, which have done well for me as well. Again, they sell in that $18 to $20 range, but they sold fast, and if I can find them for less than $4, I'll definitely pick them up. Next up on the nice list, dude, hang in there. Two more brands. Come on, you can do. Nope, you can do it. I'm just gonna sit like this. Next up on the.
Two hours later.
All right, it's a lost cause up here. I tried, whatever. Okay, next bread and butter brand that also sells really well for me and that I usually pick up, again, depending on style and size and price point, is American Eagle. And American Eagle, specifically the jeans and shorts or the overalls, not so much the tops and dresses and such, but denim by American Eagle usually does well, sells in between that $18 to $28 range. $28 I would get for, you know, the mom jean, the high-rise mom jean, those types of styles. I'm guessing for some of the other more popular newer styles as well that I have never found. Don't you just hate when your reindeer antlers don't stay up? Anyway. We'll just wing it for the rest of this video. So other styles that I've never found, like I said, I'll just sit here like this. But American Eagle sells really, really reliably for me, and I usually find it at the bins, so I'll pick it up, and sometimes even at the thrift if it's not marked up too high. Okay, we're just gonna do it like this at this point. I tried. My last nice brand on my list is Levi's. Levi's, again, huge asterisk, footnote, whatever, for that one. There are definitely styles that I will not pick up. There are certain types of Levi's labels that I will not pick up, like those little, like, tiny ones that are just as wide as the band in the back, the waistband. Those I will not pick up. I don't really pick up Denizen by Levi's, but there are a bunch of styles that I like to pick up. I like 505s. I like the, what is it, the 711. So like the skinny jeans, the high-rise skinny, the jeggings do well. Same goes for American Eagle, by the way. The jeggings and high-rise jeggings still do well. And also any wide leg or flare styles. I have never found the wedgies. I found the wedgie shorts recently, so we'll see how they do. And I've never found the rib cage by Levi's, but I hope to find those sometime soon and add those to my list. But overall, Levi's performs well for me. I do have some 501 sitting, which is a little frustrating because I thought once I find the 501s, that's going to be the holy grail. Same goes for the orange tab. Found that. It's sitting. Nobody wants it. Don't know what's going on. But the silver tab do okay. I also think I'm usually very impatient, especially with Levi's. For some reason, I feel like they should sell fast because I watch Jack and Ryan and they sell Levi's for a ton of money and fairly quickly from what I can tell. But then I remember I'm not Jack and Ryan. But overall, it's still a brand I love to pick up and I love to sell. Mostly from the bins, again, depending on the style and how recent they are, etc., condition, blah, blah, blah. Overalls by Levi's, I also really enjoy selling those. I've only found them once or twice, but they did really well for me. So again, everything is subjective, and even though you can look at your numbers, there are so many other factors that come into play: style, condition, price, what you paid for it. Seasonality is a big one too. I pretty much tend to pick up anything and everything throughout the year, but certain items do better during certain times of the year. It's just undeniable. All right, you guys, that's it from me for today for Vlogmas Day 17. Kay, thank you so much for organizing this little collab. Again, check out everybody else's videos down below in my description. If you came over here from one of their videos, thank you so much for checking out my channel, and I hope you stick around and you'll subscribe. And don't forget to give this video the thumbs up and hit the bell notifications if you want to be notified when I upload new videos, go live, and do any other fun stuff on this channel. I will see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 18. Until then, cheers!